Alright, so let's start making a liquor. So if you've seen my other videos, you know what you're going to need. A plaster cast head form, some Loctite spray foam, some cling wrap, and a water bottle. So again, I suggest only using Loctite spray foam. So let's get started. So you wrap your plaster cast head in the cling wrap and spray it with water, and then just start applying your foam. Now for the liquor, I actually looked at a lot of reference photos before I started this project, and I'd suggest you do the same. So I laid down a thin layer of foam, if you will. This is just going to be the first layer. So again, you spray that with water and just let it set for 5 to 6 minutes, and then you can start shaping it with your hands. Now for the liquor, I actually put a little extra foam around the chin because the liquor's chin is actually lower. So what you're seeing me do here is just take a piece of pipe insulation, the foam kind, and it just helps you smooth out your foam and kind of gives it a pretty cool texture. So if you look at the eyes, I actually left the eyes pretty well open. Now the liquor has ridges, and again, look at your reference photos. So for the mouth, up around the nose area, he just kind of has some flappy skin. So what I'm doing is just putting in those ridges with my hands and just kind of shaping the mouth. So I kind of like that shape. Now we're going to put on our second layer of foam. Now this is going to be what I call the brain cap. If you look at the liquor, his brains are actually kind of sticking out the top of his head. So for this layer of foam, it's pretty easy. You're just going to kind of put on a layer and just kind of make it look like a brain, if you will. Now what I did is I actually extended it just below my eye. Now here what I'm doing is I'm making the tongue. So if you've seen my how to make a skeleton video, this is pretty easy. You take a black plastic trash bag, spray it with water, and then just spray out your shape with your foam. And then you're going to mist over that with your water. Now you're going to want to let this set for about 10 to 12 minutes. So here, I just went back. My other second layer of foam is starting to sort of firm up, but I can still shape it. So again, I'm looking at my reference pictures and just kind of adding in some detail with my fingers. So I'm kind of liking this shape, and it's really starting to look like the Resident Evil liquor. So now I've let that set for a few minutes. It's still a little bit flexible. You don't want it to fully harden up because you want to get it off your plaster cast head form. So just take your time, work from the back to the front, and there you have it. And then just pull out your cling wrap from the inside of your mask. Now I'm going to take it off of my wig form just so I can put it back on. And here you're going to see me try it on. And there you have it. We have the base of our liquor. Now I'm going to put this back on the head cast form and shift over to my tongue. So it's been about 12 to 15 minutes. I'm going to pull it off the black plastic trash bag and just shape it a little bit. Now I would suggest figuring out how you want your tongue to look when it's on your mask and just kind of play around with it a little bit. So I kind of like this shape. So I set it aside to dry. Now we're going to make the teeth. Same process as making the tongue. Now once those firm up after about 12 to 15 minutes, what you're going to do is take them off the black plastic trash bag, tear off a piece about an inch long and then just roll it in your hands. This is the easiest way to make a bunch of teeth. And here you can see all of them. And just make whatever shapes you want. So now I made sure that the tongue was fully stiff before I glued it on. And just take your hot glue and then just push it into place. Now you're going to add some additional hot glue because this is going to be the inside of the mouth. And I just started adding in my teeth. Now your teeth can be wherever and however you want. Just look at your reference photos. And there you can see all the teeth in place. Now what I'm going to do here is actually use my hot glue gun and just kind of add in some details kind of on the tongue. I just made some quick little lines. Just to give it a little more interest, if you will. Plus it'll also help with keeping your tongue a little firmer. So here you can pretty much see the mask with all the details on it, the teeth, the tongue. And I'm going to try it on here just to see how it looks. I already think it looks pretty awesome. One thing you want to be careful when you try this on is make sure you have plenty of room around you. And here you can see it. So here I move on to the painting. Now what I did is use some gray and just kind of gave it a quick overcoat, if you will. And then I went back in with some black. And then here I just used some red. Now the spray paint just makes this whole process a lot quicker because you're actually going to go back in and detail everything. And here I just kind of used a sand color on top of everything else. And then kind of misted it back with some black. Now you can move on to your detail painting. So here, just take your time, look at your reference pictures, and just start adding in all the detail that you want. So here, I'm just painting the teeth. And just adding in a lot of little details, especially around the gums. Now what I'm doing here is what I call a black wash. And it is just some black paint, an acrylic paint, and I've really watered it down. And I'm just kind of detailing it. So once you get all your details on, take some Mod Podge gloss spray and just spray the whole mask. This just gives it that wet, creepy effect. And here you can see how it looks. I actually thought this was pretty, it came out just better than I thought it would. So now you want to cover up the inside of the eyes. So again, you've seen me do this before on some of the other videos. Just take a black kitchen grabber mat, cut your shapes, and then you're just going to glue them inside your mask. Because when you look at the licker, he actually doesn't have eyes. And there you have it, the completed liquor mask. This thing really came out great. So here you're going to see me try it on. I apologize, the camera wasn't working great, but you can still see pretty much how it looks. And there you have it. Your own Resident Evil liquor. Pretty awesome. I hope you guys try this project. It was a lot of fun, and you can make anything you want using these processes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.